Hello, good morning and welcome to a new video tutorial. As promised, I would like to show you what I did to my ripple blanket. I've made a few extra tweaks to the pattern from Lucy from Etsec24, just to give a bit of extra to the basic ripple pattern. So what I did was I added some math to the blankets. In math there are certain sequences of numbers, and those numbers symbolize beauty, aesthetics, nature, and one of those sequences is the Fibonacci sequence. We see beauty in those numbers for some kind of reason, and I thought it would be nice to add a certain nerdy touch to it. Would be nice. So what I did, I wrote down the first numbers of the Fibonacci sequence, which is this. The Fibonacci sequence is pretty simple. In this sequence you add up the number which is before the number you are at. So you start with 1, before that is 0, so the next number is 1. But the next number is 2, because these two are added to each other, or the sum of each other. Next up is 3, which is the same as 2 plus 1. Next up is 5, which is the same as 3 plus 2. And then 8, which is the same as 5 plus 3. And for some kind of reason there is a bit of beauty in those numbers. You can see this in distances, or the amount of seeds in sunflowers. It is a sequence you see a lot, just as the golden ratio. So what I did is I wrote up a bit of a pattern to incorporate it in my ripple pattern. So what I did was I said, well, I'm going to use the numbers for the Fibonacci sequence in my colored rows, and I'm going to add an extra row after a number which is in this Fibonacci sequence. So now I have 1, 2, 3, and then I added an extra row, and here I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then a row, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and a row, and now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What I did is pretty basic, so if you are a beginner, this is a pattern for you. So do not hesitate to start. It is not that hard. I added a sort of a ribble. I have no clue how to pronounce it in English. A sort of a row which flips and adds a bit of structure to the pattern itself. Basically it is a single crochet row followed by a front post double crochet row. There are a few things to keep in mind. You have to make this row always on the front of your work, so that you get all the the sticking out rows to the front of your work. So I now have my right side in front, and I'm going to start making the extra row. I did it in white, so my rule is for those extra rows I'm only going to use white, and it is single crochet, so I'm going to chain 1, and I'm going to follow the pattern for the ripple. The ripple in itself is a repeat of 14 stitches. Normally you make them with double crochet, but now I'm just going to do them with single crochet. So in the first stitch I'm going to do 2 single crochets, 2, then 1 in the next 4 stitches, 2, 3, 4. Then I'm going to single crochet 2 together, 1, 2, crochet them together, and also for the next two. 1, 2, and crochet them together. Then 4 normal stitches, 4 normal single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm just going to finish one repeat in this stitch, so 2 stitches into 1 double crochet. Now I have 1 repeat of the ripple, but instead of double crochet I did them with single crochet. Normally I would go on and go to the end and then turn, but now I'm just going to turn and show you how to get the ridge. Yes, I found the word, the ridge. You want to get these going to the front. So you're going to turn. So I have the back of my work facing. I'm going to pick up a new color, blue in this case, and I'm going to attach them to my work. But now I have to make front post double crochets. So I'm going to put it over my hook, and I'm not going to do this, but I'm going to insert my stitch around the post and attach it to my work. Chain 3 for my first stitch, and then I'm going to make my very first front post double crochet. So I'm going to insert around post, pull through, and finish. Yes, this is my first stitch. It's a bit of a mess. So after that, keep in mind I'm going to follow the basic pattern, but instead of double crochet I'm going to do front post double crochet. So I just did 2 stitches in one stitch, and now I'm going to do 4 stitches in one stitch, for 1 stitch in one stitch, but for 4 stitches. So I'm going to insert around the post of my single crochet, finish, 1, 2, 3, sorry, and 4. Then I'm going to front post double crochet 2 together. The only thing you have to keep in mind is that you insert your hook in another way, so around the post, not into the stitch. This is into the stitch, but now around the post. So double crochet 2 together. This is 1. Then my second. Then 4 normal front post double crochets. One, 2, 3, 4. And my last stitch, then I have to make 2 double crochets, so 2 front post double crochets around the last single crochet. So this is what you get on the back of your work. You can see that I did around the post, and on the front you get a tiny ridge. these front post double crochets, push the single crochets towards the right side, so you get a tiny bridge. This is how it looks. Hope you like it. The pattern is also on my blog. You can find it there. All the instructions for the ripple are in both a video tutorial and on my blog, and you can find the links to those blog posts in the description of the video. And happy crocheting, hope you liked it. Please leave some feedback and I hope to see you soon. Have a good day.